show you guys today, first of all, I think it'll be a lot quicker to show you where the bands are in the arms, because now you're getting the concepts of the bands, but also work with it, show you them in 10 minutes, or but then show you how to work them, and then you guys can practice both the, where are the bands and that sort of thing. But working on, I mean, it's relatively, similar to the legs. Okay, so we're going to start then with the inner wristband. So the inner wristband is going to come from these fingers. Okay, so the insides, and it's going to come up through here. So all the bottom of the fingers and up through here, and then come into here, and then it's coming up into here, and it comes right into there. Yeah. And on men, we would work that to here, to the heart. Here.
So it goes through the wrist?
Yeah, so that's why I call it inner wristband, because it's the main area that you'll feel it is here. It's a little bit difficult. You have to get in quite deep, and I would usually use tools. And you have to do all this fine detail, but it's going to come in, all of this, you can feel that through there, that one, that one. They become tendons through here, and then they join up into here. So similarly to the Achilles.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and then it just comes straight up. On a woman, we could, if we needed to, work directly just in here. Yeah, but only with special permission. Okay, but for standard practice, on most women, we're just going to finish here. And if we've done a good job down here, we probably don't need to work there. Okay, we may, but we probably don't. All right. The next band is going to be the inner thumb band. Okay, the inner thumb band starts here, just like in the big toe, and it's going to come along here. Okay, and you can feel that, you can start to feel that pretty easily through here, and then it comes up through here. So the inner wrist band is here, inner thumb band is here. And remember with the arms, for most people their arms are going to be smaller than their legs, so the bands run a lot closer. And it's very easy to, easy to cross over bands here. This one comes right up into there. So, and you can feel that feels quite tight.
And really sore.
Yeah. So, if I was just not showing bands right now, and you presented to me with your shoulder problem, I would actually locate which bands are tight by this particular diagnostic area. And and I'd go, okay, which one's tight? And then that'll give me an idea, and then I'll check it. That's fine. I'm like, oh, let's work it. So, the outer thumb band is composed of a band coming from here going this way, plus the top band of the thumb.
Can you show that one again?
Yeah, sure.
Side of you.
So we've got this side band here coming in here, and it will go into a pressure point here, mixing with the top band here.
Is that the inner thumb band, did you say?
The outer.
Outer thumb.
Okay, and then they come in and join in through here. You could also say, and I'm not 100% sure of this because I can't feel it after here, but I think also at least this side of this finger joins into this band. Whereas you can actually see that the top actually does come into the outer wristband here, right? But it may have loosening that may have an impact, just like when I was loosening your big toe, would help the next toe. Okay, so they all work together a bit. So very powerful pressure point in here on that band, and we open that up and we come from this way. So if you come from this way, you'll often miss it. See how I'm not on the...
No, you're in flesh.
Yeah, I'm on the flesh. Whereas if I open it up and I come from this way and I get where the finger and the thumb join, then I'm going to access that point a lot easier. Yeah. So that's a very powerful point. Yeah. In Chinese medicine, that's called large intestine 4, and it's also known as the great eliminator. This is a point we don't use during pregnancy, out of respect for Chinese medicine, because they say it can cause a miscarriage.
For my finger.
What's that?
For my finger, and then the person fluctuates.
Oh yeah. Well, that's another one. So yeah, and it can help with constipation, and it's also used for certain types of headaches, which is interesting because you'll see that where this band goes, it goes up to the side of the head. So this band then those all join up and they become this band.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Another pressure point there.
Yeah, and you can feel that band there, and it comes right up into here, and then we can't really feel it so well here. We pick it up again here. and it comes up into the side of her neck here. And it ends
That's
up just
powerful.
in front of the ear, okay? The outer thumb band. So it's this is a really powerful point they use actually in martial arts up here. We generally don't work that spot, although you could actually, I occasionally do, but most of the time I finish that right here. And they say in Chinese medicine that headaches that are right here are helped by acupuncturing that point, okay? So even though we can only feel the band going up into here, energetically I'm sure it's right in Chinese medicine that it's coming up into here. And you will feel a lot of crunchy stuff when we come to underneath the scalp when it comes to the head massage, okay? So that's our outer thumb band. And our next band will be our outer wrist band. So the outer wrist band is going to all come through this point here, and you can feel that, okay? And it's basically, again, these tendons here. You can actually clearly see that tendon, and you can see how, what I was talking about before, that this tendon actually comes to here, all right? And this tendon also comes in here. So it's going to be the top of this finger, it's going to be the side of this finger, it's going to be the side, the top, the side, and the top.
Big area.
Yeah, all coming up, and so it's exactly similar to what we call the delta band,
Okay.
yeah, on the foot, all right? And again, same that it draws in all that middle stuff and then condenses it in the middle, okay? And then from there, it just travels up parallel to all the other bands. So the outer thumb band was coming up through here, the outer wrist band is coming up through here, and this is an area that a lot of people have easily moved to the next band by mistake. Okay, and it comes up at the back of the top of the shoulder and then into the neck here, and you can see where it ends up is actually to the right, whereas the outer thumb band ends up here in front of the ear, the outer wristband ends up here near the back of the
Very
ear.
different.
Yeah. Okay. Both of them potentially could be involved in headaches or shoulder tension.
It's a sore point.
All right. So whenever somebody says, "Oh, I've got a headache, can you help?" Well, what I would do is feel all the bands in the neck and go, "Where's it coming from?" And maybe one band is particularly tight, maybe more than one band is particularly tight. Okay. But in all my experience, almost all headaches, and I'm not saying all, but almost all, have been helped by getting rid of the muscle tension. And that's why a lot of people say I get a tension headache or a stress headache. It's a tension headache. The tension is causing the head to ache. The next one is the upper little finger band, and again, very similar to the upper little toe band. Okay, so the top of the little finger, the side of the little finger, and to a certain extent the side of this finger, come through here, and there's a nice pressure point involved right in here. And then it comes just beside this wrist bone here, okay? Just like the upper little toe
around the
band.
ankle,
Yeah,
around the wrist.
yeah. And then that one's following up, and it's just following parallel, but you can see it's starting to go more.
Elbow.
Yeah, and it's coming around the back a little bit more. And so it comes in the shoulder here, and then again, we can't feel it here. It's too difficult with the bone, but it's gonna come up here.
Very different line.
Very different line, yeah. And you can see by that stage, I'm past her ear.
And then into that back
And into
nodule on
that's
the neck,
right,
yeah.
onto the neck.
Yeah.
And again, we can't feel where the bands necessarily go in the head, but we know they're gonna be
Yeah.
influencing it. They're probably underneath it in energetic lines, which is what you'll see in an acupuncture chart. It's different, but you know. So that's that band. The next band is gonna be the outer little finger band. So again, just like the side leg band, it's gonna come from here, gonna come along the side of the little finger, into here, and then it runs up beside the bone here. And powerful spots along that are in here. And this is a common problem when people get a lot of RSI or tennis elbow, that this area will be affected right in here, okay? You can also open it up like this and get your finger in, and you can feel that kind of crunchiness. Then that just travels straight up beside that bone.
Yeah.
And then where it meets is it's going to meet in between the big point of the elbow, which is here, and there's a little point of the elbow.
Oh, that's a pressure point.
And it goes through the
It's a
valley.
funny bone.
It's what people call the funny bone. But you can actually feel it as a band coming between those two bones, okay? Right there. And then that one comes up here, and it will come into the back of your shoulder. So it'll come diagonally.
What's that called? The scapula.
Yeah, the scapula.
runs up through the scapula.
Yeah, and I'll show you that if she rolls over to the side there. I'll show you. It's going to come up
Oh, like
through.
when we get them on the side for the side hip, it's the same. But
Comes in here, and this is the point that a lot of people will complain to you about. I've got a knot in my
Yeah.
back. And the reason why is it's because it meets the big toe sacrum band, it meets the Achilles band, and then you've got the outer little finger band. And it's like a highway junction. So that's why it's like, and you add the combination of those three bands tightness, and it feels like a rock or it feels like a knot in people's back. I personally don't really like the word knot that much. I don't tend to use it, but it's common because it's not a knot. Yeah, congestion or a blockage I prefer, because it's never really actually a knot.
Yeah.
All right? So the word knot could be a bit misleading. I think it may feel like that, but that's not what it is. You know? Oftentimes people have a lot of tension in the front, and it pulls the back tight. So you can imagine if you've got a lot of tension here, and the shoulders are pulled forward. Yeah, and their back is tight, but you could work on their back all you want, and it won't release. You have to release this, because then once this goes back, the back just lets go. So bands do work together. So one band, especially opposite bands, so big toe belly, big toe sacrum, if one's pulling like that, if the source of the pulling is here, loosening up the tightness here won't relieve it. You have to relieve this, and then it'll go back straight. Okay, so don't think of bands in isolation. Okay, they do work together. Okay, the next one is a more recent band that we found, which is like what we're calling the seventh band, same on the bottom of the foot. It's like the bottom little finger band. Okay, so that's going to come through here and into here.
Nice squishes.
Yeah. And it comes in front. So we have that what I call the little bone of the elbow, and I'm sure it's got a Latin name that I can't remember, but it's going to come up through here, and it comes right into the armpit.
lymph node glands.
What's that?
It's on the lymph line.
It's in the book.
No, this one's not in the book, like the
It
seventh
goes
band.
into ribs.
And it seems, from my preliminary observation, is that it seems to connect with that outer little toe band from what I see right
That
here.
you just
can feel
recently
that.
found.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it seems to connect with that.
that's quite interesting.
It is quite interesting. It's still a little bit more almost out of the stage of being a research band, but it is one that we're still sort of going, okay.
It's
Because it's the
here.
only band that seems to meet with a leg band. I guess in the back they do.
Well, that's how you keep it all flowing,
So
isn't
it's
it?
Yeah.
That's how it all flows.
Yeah, so it starts here, and it comes through here, and all this part of and this was the area, like on somebody like my hand, you'd want to use a Thai massage tool because it's kind of tough, and into here, and then up into here.
Just to the left of the wrist.
Yeah. Right, whereas the outer or the side little finger band is more here.
Yeah.
So the two are running like that,
Yeah.
and then one comes through between the two points of the elbow in that valley, and one comes on the other side.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense.
And then one ends up coming all the way down into the back, into that area of the back, and the other one comes into the
You
armpit.
can almost see the lines.
Yeah.
Like, so through like either the bone
Interesting
lines
that
or
they
the
may
vein
meet.
lines. In between an extra
Yeah.
muscle.
And I'm not saying that these are all the bands in the body, because
Yeah,
obviously
no, but
we
they could be
we
smaller
keep going,
ones.
yeah. And the area that I would say, if there's 8, would be to do with like the bottom of the big toe, is whether that is going into the Achilles band. So I'll just show you briefly where my suspicions are that there may be another band for the future, would be from here through here, because it actually sometimes it gets lost through here, and whether it joins in here or that actually becomes the big toe sacral band. I'm not sure about that at the moment. There's a little bit of controversy in some people, but if we are to find another one, or that might be a bit of where the sacral band actually starts rather than in the side of the big toe.
Where would it go?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we haven't figured out. Either it would actually be the origins of the big toe sacral band rather than the side of the big toe, which may be that we made a mistake in thinking, because like we found the big toe sacral band here, but does it, and you can feel that there, and you can feel this here as two, but where does this tension go is my question, like, because you can feel that, and it's slightly more to the side. See how that, to me,